1, 2, 3, 4. Those are numbers, but you already knew that. If you want to know what number you're going to pay each month for your car, use Kelly Blue Book My Wallet on Auto Trader. They're really good at numbers. Auto Trader.
Okay, click the neck. Knuckles, here we go. Hello and welcome to Unequal Sequel.
Extra.
It's that time of the week when we drop some kind of extra fun for you.
I just hit my hand when I did my jazz hands of extras. That'll teach me. Just dumped it right on the shelf.
He goes big now, ladies and gentlemen. I know no one can see the video, but for me, he's a showman.
For you, Dave. It's just for you.
I really appreciate it. How you doing?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm getting old and I've hurt my back. I might
Sucks,
have a slipped disc in my back.
Ouch.
Yeah.
How'd you
I'm
do
an
that?
old man. Moving furniture in my office. Trying to get everyone back into the office after COVID. Just in time for what appears to be another lockdown coming. Oh, good. I'm glad I did that.
Oh, God. Positive thoughts. Positive thoughts.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, let's be
Fingers
positive.
crossed.
What are we doing today,
Well,
Rich?
we are in preparation for next week when the new Spider-Man movie drops. We are ranking our favourite Spider-Man movies. And I've been talking about this for a while because, you know, I like Spider-Man. Dave's not been quite so keen, maybe, to do a ranking of Spider-Man movies because there's only 8 of them, really. And I tried to say, can we include the Venoms? Can we include Avengers movies that Spider-Man's in? But Dave's not allowed it. No, so we've just got the 8 main Spider-Man movies.
No.
So, yeah, here we go.
Here we go. So, yeah, let me double down on those rules. They have to be solo Spider-Man films. So, cinematic or animated films, but not like straight to VHS,
not made for
DVD.
TV movies. Not ones from the 90s which were kind of made for TV specials.
We're talking Sam Raimi, the Mark Webbs, and the new... I can't remember the other guy who directed new ones, but those ones, the Tom Holland films.
So, yeah.
Spider-Verse.
So we're starting in 2002, essentially, aren't we?
Yeah, the new Spider-Verse trailer dropped the other day, and I'm very excited.
That does look good, doesn't it? I'm very excited for that too.
Not enough for a trailer breakdown, but excited.
Well, I mean, it was quite a teaser trailer, though, wasn't it? Maybe when a slightly longer trailer drops, we can
drop in
that.
Yeah. Cool.
Let's do that.
So, do you want to start then? Number 8. Number 8.
Well, number 8, and hopefully, if anyone's listened to this podcast before, you're very, very easy to pick number 8 because not only is it my worst Spider-Man movie, it's quite possibly my worst movie. It's the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, it's bad.
And I've made a list of all the ones and I've put notes next to them, and the only note I've put next to this one is it's shit.
I don't think we have to go much into it because my number 8 is also Spider-Man 3. It is by far the worst Spider-Man film. It's just dull as dishwater.
Emo Peter is
annoying. The bad guys are not great. It's all a bit of a mess. There's too many bad guys again.
Sandman doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it feels like a studio's got involved and, ruined it.
Yeah, definitely ruined it. Still to this day, the only movie I've ever walked out of halfway through in the cinema.
I didn't do that, but I remember buying it going, it can't be as bad as I remember it being. And then it was just, it's so long. Jesus Christ, it's long.
It's really long.
Yeah.
It's really long. And you get to the end of it and you're like, what was the point of that?
Absolutely nothing.
No, nothing. Let's not dwell on Spider-Man 3 because we've talked about how bad it is before.
Yeah. If you want to hear a good rant on it, listen to the Matt Ferguson episode.
Yeah.
He picks it as well. Rich joins in. And I just do little, tiblets.
And I don't like really hating on movies, but man, I hate that movie.
If you think about watching it, just go and have a Chinese buffet like Rich did. Instead.
Just do that. You will have a lot more fun. I promise.
What's your number 7? I'm going to try and sing all of them.
Again, I think our number 7 might be the same.
Oh.
It's Amazing Spider-Man 2.
It is the same, yeah.
So it's the Andrew Garfield one. And again, it's messy and muddled and makes no sense. And the baddies aren't brilliant. And all the things we've said about Spider-Man 3, basically, I think.
It is very similar to Spider-Man 3. I think it looks better than Spider-Man 3. But...
Oh, yeah, and that's kind of why it's above Spider-Man 3. It does look better, definitely. And I don't know, I really want to like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. I really do.
He's too cool.
Don't. I think I really want to like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. Essentially, I think Andrew Garfield is kind of a better Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire is a better Peter, better Peter Parker, and Tom Holland kind of fills the middle ground nicely. You know, I think in terms of those 3 actors, I think he kind of gets both. Yeah, I just think you're right. I think Andrew Garfield's just a bit too cool. But to be fair to him, he gets nothing to work with in this movie.
Especially this one. I remember the build up to Amazing Spider-Man 2, and they're like, oh, we're going to have Electro that we hadn't seen before. I was like, okay, that's going to be exciting. And then we got the same old Green Goblin, Super Green Goblin.
Which, again, and
Dane
the
DeHaan.
Conspiracy theory with his parents and stuff. Yeah, Dane DeHaan is weird.
We never get any payoff from all that either. And there's
Norman
Osborn
sets up
around
a third
somewhere.
movie that never happens, basically, isn't it? It all kind of... There's that whole bit at the end where they're sort of trying to set up the Sinister Six, aren't they? And it just never pays off.
I mean, it's got Emma Stone in it, and she's quite good as Gwen Stacy, you know. Yeah, I quite like their relationship. I respected that they were trying to go somewhere different with it. It's just...
And they tried to take it in a slightly darker direction by letting Gwen die, didn't they, really? And, you know, I can see that.
Should probably say spoilers.
Spoilers for this old movie. It just doesn't come together. It's not worth the sum of its parts.
It's also very forgettable.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. I struggle to remember it, actually. I was like, what happens in that movie?
There's a lot of bad guys again, and the suit's pretty cool, and
and but it's mostly memories of weirdness.
Yeah, not fond memories, not fun memories. Like, oh wow, that Spider-Man swinging through the city. It's like, This is where we might differ.
Do you think?
6.
Yeah, maybe. So number 6. So again, our number 6. I've got the Amazing Spider-Man, the first one.
Well, you discussed, and I'll go with mine.
Okay, so we differ on this one, do we? I mean, it was close. It was close between 5 and 6, to be honest. Yeah, again. It's okay. I think we're at the point where these movies are okay. I don't have anything necessarily really bad to say. I just don't think it's quite as good as the rest. I don't know what to...
But the lizard was quite cool, right?
I mean, yeah, and that's why it gets some sort of, you know, that's why it's better than 2, is because the lizard's cool. Yeah. Kurt Connors is cool. Risa Fans, isn't it? The lizard.
It is Risa Fans.
Yeah. And I like Kurt Connors, but then the lizard looks weird.
The wizard
when
does
he's actually
look weird.
The lizard, he looks like he opens his mouth and half his head lifts off. It's kind of like that's a bit strange. I think he looks more like an evil Ninja Turtle than he does like an actual lizard.
You might be changing my mind here. I might put, but yeah, I felt like I just liked the story of this one. I still didn't like the whole secret conspiracy of, you know, Peter's parents in this one as well. Again, but
that doesn't feel.
Michael
right
Sheen as Uncle Ben. I thought that was great casting. Sally Field as Aunt May.
Sally Field I like. Don't get me wrong, Sally Field I like, but I also feel like the chemistry between Sally Field and Andrew Garfield is odd. I don't know. It just feels strange.
No, I remember watching this in the cinema and thinking, okay, I like this.
Yeah, it was all right. And that's, you know, we're at that kind of middle ground where it's all right.
Yeah, I thought it was solid ground for like a franchise again, especially after Spider-Man 3. This Spider-Man 3 just happened, and this comes along. Okay, I can live with this. I think. Yeah, like we were saying, Garfield doesn't pull off the geekiness, you know, too well. He's a good-looking boy. He's got this dark, mysterious aura about him in Spider-Man that Peter Parker doesn't have in the cartoons. He really is a photography geek, and, you know, super.
So what's your number 6 then, Dave?
Okay, my number 6 is Far From Home.
Okay, yeah, that's my number 5. So it was close between Far From Home and Amazing Spider-Man.
And the first time I watched Far From Home, I think I had my Marvel goggles on. I thought, it's Marvel, it's brilliant. And then recently I watched it again, and I was like, it's not as good, is it? It's this backpacking European, we're going on holiday adventure, and
It's Spider-Man European Vacation.
yeah, and some of the dialogue's crap, and the portrayal of some of Europe is really bad. I don't like when they do that. There are funny points. I think Jake Gyllenhaal's great as Mysterio. I think the whole idea is not bad, but then it's just it turns into.
But do you not find the payoff a bit strange at the end? I
yes,
I sort of find it unsatisfying, basically.
This big fuckfest of this thing around the Tower Bridge of drones, and then you've got it just didn't.
Maybe
the
third one will make the second one make sense. Maybe it'll kind of, because we know the whole point of the second movie was to reveal that Peter is Spider-Man.
Yeah,
and we know that's not a spoiler if you've watched any trailers and stuff. We're not kind of
I hope
that's
so.
The whole Mysterio's plan, isn't it? To one, make Spider-Man look like a bad guy, and two, to reveal who Spider-Man is.
Yeah, because New York in the Spider-Man films is a character.
Yeah. And to take Spider-Man out of New York...
There are instances of when they really overcheese it, like there is in Amazing Spider-Man with the cranes.
Yes.
And then also in Spider-Man on the bridge, when they start throwing things at him, at the Goblin. You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us kind of crap. And then you get to Far From Home European Vacation. And it's just not very fun, to be honest, for a Spider-Man film. Not compared to like Homecoming.
No. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. But then I guess Homecoming kind of has more to work with. This is a very in-between movie, isn't it?
Yes.
So I'm defending Far From Home, but I basically agree with you. Is that it's very much an in-between movie. It's to get from Homecoming to No Way Home, isn't it? It's the bridge, which is ironic because it's all on a bridge.
Yeah. It had a hard job because it was following Endgame.
Yeah, true.
Where do you go after Endgame? And then this came out, and I was like, oh, good, I haven't had any Marvel for at least 6 months. Probably less than that. It's probably like 3. I actually can't remember the timeline. It's been a long day. But yeah. I would, and I've got Amazing Spider-Man at 5.
Oh, okay. So we're still pretty close then.
But I would quite happily flip-flop them. They were the only two that I was umming and ahhing about.
Yeah, me too. I was exactly the same. I was like, Far From Home, Amazing Spider-Man. And for me, it's because Tom Holland's just a better Spider-Man, I think.
Tom Holland's great.
That's kind of what did it for me, really.
But I really like Garfield's Spider-Man in Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man. If that makes sense.
Just not his Peter Parker.
Yeah. And I didn't like Amazing. Oh no, maybe I'm saying more bad things about Amazing Spider-Man. The relationship with Gwen Stacy's father kind of angered me a little bit. Like, don't go near this guy. He's a bad boy. And it's Peter fucking Parker.
He's like the opposite of a bad boy. He's a science nerd photo kid.
He carries your shopping in from your next door neighbour's shopping in. Club. Yeah. But obviously, there's a backstory there we don't know of or something that I never really cared about or paid off. So
no. So that was 5 and 6. So again, we're pretty close. So what about 4? So we're getting into the nitty gritty now, which is hard to separate because they're all quite good now, I think. So
there's definitely a gulf between the top 4 and the bottom.
The bottom 4, yeah, there is definitely. So my number 4 is the 2002 Spider-Man, Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
The original Spider-Man.
Yeah, the original Spider-Man.
Yeah, mine too.
Look at that, hey?
We don't plan
Synergy.
This, listeners. We don't plan this.
It's not going to sound like it, but we have not spoken about what our lists are at all.
No.
So yeah, we didn't plan it.
I remember going to see this. I was so excited. Because the Spider-Man film was a big deal. Because I think at that point, we've had maybe was X-Men. I don't even think we had Daredevil at that point.
We had Fantastic Four, I think, and that wasn't great.
Yeah.
And I think we had Hulk, hadn't we?
Oh, that was bad. That wouldn't have got me excited
by this point.
But I remember seeing the trailer for Spider-Man and the actual swinging around New York Spider-Man looking really cool. And I was like, oh, good. And Sam Raimi, Evil Dead Sam Raimi, doing a Spider-Man film. Oh my God, I was so excited. I remember going with my brother and his girlfriend at the time. And you know what? When I came out, I was disappointed, Rich.
Really? You were disappointed by it?
Yeah.
Really?
I had so high expectations.
Oh, I liked it. I really liked it.
I watch it back now and I think it's really fun. I think
fun.
Maguire is so good in it as
he is good, yeah.
Peter Parker
really
and Spider-Man.
See, I was a little bit the opposite of you, actually. I went into it thinking, I'm a bit nervous about this.
Yeah, but you're a Spider-Man fan.
I mean, as a kid, I really loved Spider-Man. I had Spider-Man comics. I really liked the cartoons that you used to get on TV. And yeah, I kind of went into it thinking, Tobey Maguire? Does he feel right as Spider-Man? I don't know. It felt odd. It felt a bit strange. But yeah, actually, it totally won me over.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I really liked Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. I thought it was great.
William Dafoe absolutely hammed it up.
William Dafoe as the Green Goblin, absolutely perfect. Like, just perfect casting.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's brilliant. Yeah, I was very happy with it.
At the point, had one of my major crushes in it, Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah, Kirsten Dunst, the upside down kiss. That's an iconic moment.
The suit is awesome.
Although, in real life, the rain would be going up his nose, right?
Oh, yeah, it's really unfair.
Yeah, so what do you like about it? You sort of talked about that already.
The suit. I thought the chemistry between Kirsten Dunst and Maguire is great. Like I said, I think Maguire is a lot of fun in this. He was perfectly cast. William Dafoe going big. Yeah. I don't really like the suit of the Green Goblin. I don't like how you couldn't see Dafoe's features. And when you've got a face like William Dafoe, show it off, because the man's so expressive.
Yeah. Yeah, because the Green Goblin in the cartoons it isn't made of metal.
No, it's like a rubber.
It kind of does look like a goblin.
Yeah.
So he could have done more with that. But yeah, cool.
I like how he got his power, Spider-Man. I thought that was all great fun.
Yeah.
And I regret feeling how I felt when I first watched it, because I watch it back now and think, oh no, this is good. This is so much fun. And it's family friendly, I think.
So far, we're pretty much on the money. This might be the wrong way round, though.
Okay.
I reckon we might differ on this next one. So the number 3 is Homecoming.
No, it's my home. It's me as well.
Oh! In that case, I think I know exactly if we're going to be pretty much the same all the way through. Homecoming's great. Homecoming's, Tom Holland is brilliant. It brings us back a whole new Peter and a whole new universe and a whole new Spider-Man. Takes it into the Marvel universe.
Yeah, beautifully as well.
It's kind of, really nicely done. And Aunt May is wonderful.
Yeah.
I think it's a really great movie.
A film is always better when you have Robert Downey Jr. in it, isn't it? When you've got just a sprinkle of that, the Marvel magic, and Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Michael Keaton. I love that.
The car
Michael
scene
Keaton's
is such
a good baddie. He's so sinister and yet also kind of relatable as well.
Yeah.
Kind of understand where he's coming from. He's like overprotective father if your overprotective father was a supervillain. He's not. I don't feel he's evil.
Well, he's trying to support his family. I know this is, but there's a bit at the beginning when he's trying to do the right thing, and then the Avenger people come along and take all that work that was paid well and support his family away from him. And times are hard, and when you get certain alien technology in your hands, I'm not saying it was the right thing to do, but I can see how
you can understand where he came from.
He came to that conclusion when he starts murdering people. Then you think, okay, now we've crossed a line.
Yeah, he took it too far.
He did, a little bit with the murdering.
Yeah, he just went a bit murdery.
Just a smudge of murder. Then you're like, oh. But then at that point, that he is a bad guy. And when you're in the car scene, when everyone works out who's who, and you think, oh no, Holland's actually in some danger here. It's so well done. So well done.
Really well done. Yeah.
And the suit's amazing again. Like we said, we keep saying positive things about Tom Holland. He was like a fresher breath of air. Fresher breath of air? Breath of fresh air? There we go.
Breath of fresh air. You nearly call him the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air then?
Pretty much.
Yeah, he was a breath of fresh air, definitely. Just a really nailed on Spider-Man film.
Very geeky, he's very smart, like Star Wars, that kind of thing. Playing computer games with Ned. Nailed it.
I love Ned as well. I love that there's a bit more of his friendships, you know? It's not just Harry, you know, it's not, well, I mean, Harry's not in it, is he? But it's not just you know,
not
the
yet.
other two Spider-Mans have kind of included just Peter's only friend is Harry.
Yeah.
Whereas this kind of includes Ned, and it includes like the wider kind of class. Because of course he's at school, you know, so he's got his class that mates to kind of, you know, be in that sphere as well. You know, and Flash,
great.
I love Flash. He's brilliant.
Should say Flash is also great in Far From Home. How he hates Peter Parker, but he loves Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I want to see what happens in No Way Home because Flash can have a meltdown.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope we get to see that. I think they miss a trick if we don't.
So I think I know what your number 2 must be then, Dave.
Go on.
So my number 2 is Spider-Man 2.
Ditto.
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
And the only notes I've put on that are Alfred Molina's Doc Ock.
Amazing.
Just makes that movie. He is so perfect as Doc Ock. He's so good. The scene on the train is incredible. Like, I love it. He's sinister and clever and just brilliant.
Yeah, and the scene when he first comes Doc Ock in the operation theatre is just so Sam Raimi as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it's so good, and it's one of the sequels that is better than the original.
Definitely. Yeah,
it's one of those
absolutely.
rarity. Yeah, I went and saw this at midnight for a screening of this, and I came out happy, so happy, because I was like, I felt like at that point I'd been burnt by the original, which I don't feel that anymore. I've come to my senses, everyone. But
I want to know
good.
how you go from that to Spider-Man 3. Because that is a long fall.
Yeah, because even in this, the Harry storyline worked and helped drive the story. You know, his hatred for Spider-Man, in particular, getting whatever for Doc Ock to help him. Yeah, absolutely, beat by beat, perfect. Such a strong film. It's maybe one of the best comic book films there is, I think.
Yeah, you could be right. It's up there. It's definitely
up there.
It's a great movie. Absolutely.
Action's great in it. You know, strong ending at the pier. Kirsten Dunst is a little bit fair maiden in it, maybe.
Yeah, that's true. She's not strong enough.
She just gets captured
she
again.
Should be a stronger character, really.
Yeah,
you're right.
But there's some fun relationship stuff going on there this time.
Yeah.
Know.
Is this the point where she's sort of not sure to choose between Peter and Harry, and that starts to get things mixed up, or have I got that confused?
No,
that's not till 3, is it?
But she finds out Peter's Spider-Man in this one.
Oh, okay.
And this is the great Bruce Campbell at the doorman at the theatre.
Oh yes, sorry, yeah, completely forgot about that. I was thinking, no, he's the maitre d'. That's
the
Spider-Man
third
3,
one,
isn't
which
it?
is the best
That's
point of
the third
Spider-Man
one.
3 is Bruce Campbell getting.
Yeah, the best bit of Spider-Man 3 is
Pecker.
Bruce Campbell, definitely. Bit of Pecker.
Yeah, Pecker. But no, this is the doorman at the theatre.
Yeah.
And Tobey Maguire Spider-Man's having trouble, you know, being Spider-Man and Peter Parker with a girlfriend.
Which you would if you've got to live 2 lives, you know.
It looks hard work.
Yeah, it does. It does look hard work.
Yeah.
And so, moving on to our number 1.
I wonder what it could be.
I wonder what it could be. I think it was obvious. It was obvious to me when we started this list exactly what number 8 was going to be and exactly what number 1 was going to be. And of course, it's Into the Spider-Verse. Because as we all know, as much as we talked about Peter Parker, Miles Morales is the best Spider-Man. And end of story, really.
What's better than one Spider-Man? But several Spider-Men.
All the Spider-Mans. Spider-Men. Spider-Moons. I don't know. But yeah, I love Spider-Verse because you get every aspect of Spider-Man that I like. You even get Spider-Ham.
Oh, I love Spider-Ham, yeah.
But I like the fact that Peter Parker is a middle-aged, pot-bellied loser.
I love every moment of this. Every time I watch a clip of it, I'm like, I'm going to watch all of this now.
Yeah,
and you know what? I wouldn't regret a minute of it because it's brilliant. The animation is just so good. And when it first got announced, like, we're having this separate animated Spider-Man, I was like, is there any need? We've already had like 3 Spider-Men. And then I went and saw it and I was like, oh, this is what we've been missing all this time.
And it's got Kingpin in it, who's my all-time favourite Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
I love Kingpin. I love the fact that he's just brilliantly
it's so good.
evil.
I travelled a long way to go and see this because I got tickets to an advanced screening in Greenwich. I don't live near Greenwich. And it was on like early at like 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning. So I had to get on the tube across London. It was well worth it. It was so worth it.
I am. My 6-year-old loves this movie. Like it's one we can happily sit down together and watch together and both really enjoy, which doesn't happen all that much if you're a parent. There aren't lots of kids movies that you can both love. The soundtrack is great. Like it's brilliantly animated. It's so emotional as well. Like, you know, the dynamic between Miles and his uncle. Dynamics between Miles and his dad. Yeah. You know, that kind of, I loved it. I loved every minute of it. Like, there's not a bit of it that I don't like.
It quite possibly is my favourite ever animated movie.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
I'll definitely put it up there with Lion King and Aladdin if we're going animated movies like that. But
oh yeah, it smashes all the Disney movies out of the park for me. Maybe there's a Pixar movie that
possibly Toy Story 2.
For me, it is the best animated movie, I think. And I can't wait for the sequel.
Oh my god, it's going to be so good. It's taken so long to get here.
I know. And it's going to be, we will talk about that close to the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm so amazed that we've essentially agreed on everything, Dave.
Pretty much, because I could quite happily swap those 2 round. Those 5 and 6, the Amazing Spider-Man and Far From Home.
Nice. It'd be nice to see what everyone else thinks as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, let us know, guys.
Yeah, let us know. Get on the social medias. So, at Unequal Sequel on Twitter, at Unequal Sequel on Instagram, or you can, if you don't want to do that social media stuff, you can send us a little email, unequalsequel@hotmail.com.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us what you think. Tell us if you think we're completely wrong. If you love Spider-Man 3, I mean, I think there's not going to be many of you, right? But
I don't think I've met anyone who likes Spider-Man 3.
No.
And I've asked a lot of people. And we've asked a lot of people.
I've met lots of people that don't hate it as much as I do.
Well, no one hates it as much as you do.
No one hates it as much as I do. But yeah, I think, there are a lot of people. If you're a massive Spider-Man fan and you think we've been wrong about some of this stuff, let us know.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man, what's the new one called? No Way Home. Forgot then.
No Way Home. Out next week.
We're reviewing it.
We will be seeing it. We will be seeing it early. We will be reviewing it. So yeah. Tune in for that next Friday. Also, listen to all our interview episodes. We'll have a brilliant new interview episode out on Monday. We had Jack from the Sequelizers out this Monday, trying his very best to make it our longest ever episode and just missing out.
I made sure of it.
You'd have to go a long way to beat Nick Helm, I think.
Absolutely.
But it's a really, really good episode with Jack. So yeah, make sure you listen to that one if you haven't done already. And then check out all the other stuff that we've done.
And then rate and review us, please.
Yeah, rates and reviews. Give us a 5 stars, give us a little tick, give us a heart, all that stuff.
I love it.
We really love it when you leave a little review because we like reading it.
Yeah, we do.
Just boost our ego a little bit. Yeah. So thanks very much for all of you that have left the reviews. We love you.
Thank you. I've got nothing else to say. You got anything to say, Rich?
No, that's it.
Good job.
More Spider-Man movies, please.
Yes, please. It's a goodbye from me and a goodbye from him.
Bye!
Have a good one. See you next time. Bye.